buckle up, because this isn't your average political family feud, it's basically Real Housewives of Washington, D.C., except the wine glasses are subpoenas and the confessionals are televised interviews. Imagine this. Hunter Biden drops a bombshell claim linking Melania Trump to Jeffrey Epstein. Melania demands an apology, and Hunter, well, let's just say his response was about as polite as a toddler with a drum set at 3 a.m. Now, before you think this is just gossip, let's break it down like a Netflix docuseries. Here are 10 wild twists in the escalating feud between Hunter Biden and Melania Trump, and trust me, it's juicier than anything you've seen on House of Cards. 1. The claim that started it all, Hunter Biden. In an interview with YouTube's Andrew Callahan, casually drops that Epstein, yes, that Epstein was the guy who introduced Melania to Donald Trump. That's like accusing the royal family of using Tinder. Of course, Melania's lawyers came out swinging, calling it false, salacious, and reputation-destroying. But what happens when you threaten a Biden with a lawsuit? Hold that thought, too. The billion-dollar threat, Melania's attorney fires back with a letter threatening a lawsuit worth, wait for it, $1 billion. That's not just damages. That's, I want to erase you from the Monopoly board money. But Hunter's reaction? Spoiler alert, he didn't exactly hire a PR coach. Which brings us to his not-so-family-friendly reply. 3. Hunter's explosive response. When Callahan gave Hunter the chance to apologize on air, Hunter said, and I quote, "F that's not gonna happen." No hesitation, no lawyer-approved statement, just pure unfiltered Hunter. He doubled down, citing Michael Wolff's book that claimed Trump and Epstein were tight. But wait, Trump himself has thoughts on Wolff. 4. Trump calls Wolff a third-rate reporter. According to Trump, Wolff is basically the tabloid equivalent of a guy who writes Yelp reviews for attention. Trump's dismissed his work as fiction, which means Hunter basing his defense on Wolff's claims is kinda like using Wikipedia as evidence in court. And speaking of courts, this case is already dragging people into legal quicksand. 5. The Daily Beast retreats. The Daily Beast originally reported on the Epstein-Melania claim too, but after Melania's lawyers came knocking, they pulled the article faster than you can say defamation suit. Not only that, they apologized. Lesson learned. When Melania's attorneys send you a letter, you don't fact-check, you surrender. But Hunter, he wasn't backing down. Instead, he offered a twist. 6. Hunter challenges the Trumps. Hunter said he'd happily provide a platform for Donald and Melania to clarify their Epstein ties like he's Jerry Springer handing out microphone. A deposition live stream, anyone? This isn't a courtroom. This is pay-per-view political theater. But Melania's side has their own receipts. 7. Melania's version of events. According to her memoir, Melania, she and Trump met at a Fashion Week party in 1998 through a modeling agent, not Epstein. No billionaires, no scandals, just a classic New York love story with a side of runway lighting. Her team says that's the true account, period. But if you know Hunter Biden, you know lawsuits are practically his second language. Number 8. Hunter's history of lawsuits. This isn't Hunter's first rodeo. He's filed suits over the infamous laptop saga, even going after Overstock's ex-CEO Patrick Byrne for defamation. That trial is set for this fall, which means his calendar is starting to look less like Family Man and more like courtroom groupie. And speaking of courtrooms, Hunter's past is even wilder than this feud. 9. Hunter's legal past before Biden Sr. took office. Hunter was staring down prison time in Delaware and California for federal convictions. His dad pardoned him just weeks before Trump's inauguration. So when Hunter shrugs at $1 billion lawsuit, it's not bravado, it's because he's been to legal hell and back. But the real kicker, this fight isn't just about words, it's about reputations that both sides desperately want to protect. 10. The reputation war. Melania wants to guard her image from Epstein's shadow at all costs. Hunter, meanwhile, is fighting with a mix of defiance, bitterness, and maybe a dash of I dare you. Both are pulling receipts, books, and billion-dollar threats into the ring. What we're watching isn't just a feud, it's two dynasties colliding in the messiest family crossover since the Montagues and Capulet. So here's the question. Is this going to end with a courtroom showdown, or will it fizzle out in a pile of retractions and half-hearted apologies? Either way, The popcorn industry is about to have its best quarter yet. And if you enjoyed this breakdown of Hunter versus Melania, the legal soap opera, hit that like button faster than Hunter dodged an apology, subscribe for more chaos, meets, commentary, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Because let's be real, this story isn't done, and neither are we.